Hey guys, it's your boy Mr. Waltz. I'm going to show you how to do the numbers and letterings for the inch part of the ruler. So I got to make a new sketch. So I'm going to go over here and click Create Sketch and just click on the front surface of the ruler and wait for it. And then we're going to zoom in here on our first inch and we'll get the first inch figured out and then we'll basically copy it to the other inches. So there's two things we want to do. We want to tell them what the unit is that is used on this ruler. You always have to do that. And then also we want to put numbers for each inch. So I'm going to create some text here. So I'm going to find my text tool and click text. And I'm going to do the inches first. So I'm going to go right in here, right above a half inch. I'm just going to click and drag and then click again. And so what that'll do is that'll make my text right there. And you can see it says sample text. We're going to type some stuff in. Over here on this example, I'm using Arial Narrow. I use Arial Narrow. It's not my favorite font, but it works well. And I know it cuts well. And Fusion doesn't give errors. Some of the other fonts have errors. So if something doesn't work and you're not using Arial, try Arial or another font. Could solve it. We're going to do Arial Narrow, bold. The height is going to be 0.10 inches. Okay. Um, Down here, we have these alignment tools. Okay. So what this one does, this will align to the left. This one will align center. This one will align right. We want center. Uh, the other three, you have top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom. You can see how the text changes when I click those. We want to do top. Okay. And then we're just going to type in here. We're just going to type lowercase. We're going to put inches to say that this is inches for this part of the rule. Then we're going to hit OK. Now, this text is not fully constrained. It's blue. It's pretty hard to fully constrain text. You have to completely constrain the box around it. And even then, still, it's sometimes blue. But what we're going to do is we're just going to use some the horizontal and vertical constraints to line it up. So first constraint I'm going to do, I'm going to find horizontal, vertical. I'm going to click there. And I'm going to find the top middle of the text. You see there's a little dot there. Click on that dot. And then what I want to do is find my first inch line. Click on the top of that. And it's going to make the inches, the top of the inches, horizontal with the first inch line. Cool. Now I sort of goofed here. You can see my H is running into my half inch line. So what I want to do is I want to put the inches above the quarter inch line instead, right here. So I just do the same thing. I have the horizontal vertical constraint on. I click on the dot here, top middle of the text, and then I click on one of the dots on the top of the rectangle here. Okay, click it, and it'll slide it over. And so now we got that down there. It's in the first half inch. You'd see it looks centered and it's nice and low, so it's not taking up space. The middle of the ruler we're going to use to make like cool designs and stuff, so we don't want to use up that space. All right, cool. So now we got that done. That's great. Now we want to make some numbers. So we're just going to do another create text. We're going to go over by the 1 inch mark here. This is your first inch here. We're going to go create text, and I'm going to make another box. Click, and then I'm going to type in a number 1. For this one, you can make the text a little bigger. I would leave it Arial Narrow and top middle, but change your height. You can make it 0.15, a little bigger. There's a little more room here because it's a smaller word. It's not a full word. It's just one number. Then you can hit OK. And then we're going to do the same kind of deal. We're going to use the horizontal vertical constraint tool to line it up. So you click the top middle here and then click the top of this 1 inch rectangle. Boom, that'll line that up. And then we're going to use this one here. This one is, what is this? I think it's 3/8. Is it 3/8? Yeah, 3/8 of an inch here. So we're going to click the, let me zoom. I'm going to click this top dot, still on horizontal vertical dimension. Click the top dot, click this line here on the top, and it'll scoot that over and line it up. Okay, so now we're looking pretty good. We got the inches word, and then we got the first number. Now, it's 12-inch ruler. Well, we need 12 numbers. Unfortunately, the pattern tool that I showed you guys does not work for text. So we got to copy these by hand. So it's a little annoying, but I'll show you how to do it in a quick and efficient way. So first I'm going to do is zoom in on my 1. I'm going to hit escape. All right. And I'm going to click on the 1. You have to click right on the number. If you click on the box, I don't know what will happen, but click on the number itself. And it's highlighted. And then what we're going to do is copy and paste it. And so you guys probably know most computers, if you do Control and C together, it will copy. Then to paste it, to put in the copy that you're making, is Control V as in Victor together. So Control V as in Victor. And then you got this number here, and I can use the arrow and drag it over and send it right there. And notice how far I'm dragging it over. I want to drag it exactly 1 inch. And you'll see it snaps every 0.05 or 0.1 inches. Get it to exactly 1 inch and then just hit OK. And then now you made a copy. All right. And you can change the copy. You can double click on it right on the number. And you can go in here, select the text, it says 1, and make it 2. Okay. So that's literally all you do is you just keep copying the 1 to a new spot and editing it so it's the correct number. And it's a little boring, but it works. So I'm going to go pretty fast here. I'm going to do Control V. It will still remember that you're trying to copy the number 1. So if you should be able to do Control V as in Victor. You may have to select the 1 and do Control C again. But for me, it always works. I just do Control V. It will make another copy of the 1. I can drag the 1 over, and this time 2 inches. Okay, hit OK. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and make all the copies right now and change them later. So I do Control V again, drag it over 3 inches, find 3, hit OK. And I think you guys probably get the pattern now. Make one at 4 inches. Okay. I wonder if I can hit enter instead of OK. Go over here to 5 inches. Oh, that worked. Enter works. Control V, 6 inches. Enter. Control V, 7. I clicked OK. I can't resist it. And then just keep making these. And just make sure you're dead on there correctly, right on 8 inches. Hit enter. 9. Almost like it knows you're trying to go to an even number of inches. There's 10. And then this one is 11. Okay, so now I got all my numbers. I got to change them though. So just go through, find these numbers, double click them, and you could change it from 1 to 3. Boom. Double click this one. This is 4. Oh yeah, here's a thing you can do. You double click to select it. If you go double click in the text box here, it will select the whole number and it's quick. So you can just type 5 and replace it, right? 4, 5. Every once in a while, you'll lose track of where you're at. So I hope that doesn't happen to you. There's CM 8. Double click that. Double click 9. Whoop, that's not 8. That's 9. Okay. And then the last 3. Ooh, there's a 1. I can just add a 0 for 10. Gonna add a 1 for 11. Double click that one. Add a 2 for 12. All right. And then there it is. We got that done. Okay. So remember though, right now, this is just a sketch. It's 2-dimensional. It's not 3D. Got to extrude it. Okay. So I'm going to hit finish sketch. Now on the keychain project, I had you guys use emboss, and I found on this one the extrude worked better. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but usually text you can extrude it or emboss it. So I'm going to extrude it this time. So I'm going to hit extrude, and we're going to do the normal type of extrude this time, not the funky one I did last time. And you can see by default, it wants to extrude like the whole thing here, right? But I don't want to extrude that whole face. I just want the numbers and the text. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the front view. I'm going to hit profiles here, where the X, I will unselect it. And then I'm just going to drag one of those boxes to select just above my letters and numbers and just below. And you can see it highlights them. Pretty cool. I'm going to go back to home view. And I'm going to put in the distance. You see there's the arrow. It's going to be the same one we used before. We're going to put a distance of minus 0.005. Okay, that's the distance you want. And click OK, and it will extrude that away. And then you can zoom in and see what you got. You got some beautiful 3D text and letters. Okay. So that's the end of this video. The next step we're going to do is kind of the same thing. We're going to put millimeters and centimeters up on the top. And then the last part of the thing is to actually put a design in here, some text, and I'll make a video for that too. So go on to the next video. Good luck, have fun. Oh, and also always remember, save your work periodically. Rule of thumb, always save early and often, because if the internet goes down or your computer screws up, you could lose your crap, lose an hour of work. It sucks. So hit save a lot. All right. That's it. Have fun, guys.